Shaina NC, sorry, I beg your pardon. Shaina, the fact is, I know, I'm sorry, I apologize. With what Rajdeep just said, Uddhav Thackeray might be now, and the Shiv Sena faction which is attached to Uddhav Thackeray might be going to town and bringing in regional pride, how this is a front to what Balasaheb Thackeray's Shiv Sena was for. Somewhere down the line there must be a bit of doubt in terms of going into an election, because he could very well be riding the sympathy wave.
So Preeti, at the outset you have a political party where 40 of its MLAs choose to leave, and leave en masse, because they don't believe that the party is doing justice to the ideology, they don't believe that the leadership is accessible, they don't believe that the party is on the right path by succumbing to a value system of corruption of the Congress and the NCP, which is quite apparent. So you have 60 MLAs, of which you already have a mass exodus. You have members of parliament, out of which 13 elected from public at large choose to exit. The EC is only doing its job. If they come up with a 78-page report saying that yes, there is a provision, a constitutional provision to say that if there is this majority in place, they should have the symbol. Now, I want to ask Shri Uddhav Thackeray ji and Mr. Sanjay Raut, you know, just going into this kind of a statement of trying to believe that, oh, this is a dictatorship, there was money which has shifted hands and that's why you've got this kind of a verdict, is absolutely untrue, and it is questioning the democratic institutions that we have. Okay. The Election Commission, quite rightly, is what the former panelist said, that if they say something, there will be an opinion. If they don't do something, there will be an opinion. But here the numbers speak for itself. I would only appeal that if you feel so vindicated, and if you are believing in the honorable courts, and you are going to the Supreme Court, hold your horses. What is the reason to have this salvo after salvo constantly saying these are traitors? The Bharatiya Janata Party can just as well say, you use Prime Minister Modi's photographs to win all these seats, you all are the traitors. We are not going down that road. We are saying, please believe that the people of this country have a referendum, which is obviously going to be shown in this 26th February by-election, where we are going to seats, so we'll know who is actually the mandate of the people of Maharashtra.
Okay, but Shaina, one would have thought that the Shiv Sena actually uses the image of Balasaheb Thackeray and not so much of Narendra Modi. Do you see, or, you know, because on Friday when we were talking of the symbol going to Eknath Shinde, there was a sense that the dust still hasn't quite settled on what is really going down in Maharashtra. How do you see things play out? The BMC elections, I would reckon, the litmus test, but so many by-elections coming in this year as well.
I think what is critical, Preeti, is who do the grassroots level leaders go with? In Mumbai, for example, we've seen most of the Shakha Pramukhs, the branch heads of the Shiv Sena, have by and large stayed with Uddhav Thackeray. If you go to Thane, they've gone to Eknath Shinde. Right. If you go to different districts of Maharashtra, you will find in some districts they've gone with Eknath Shinde, in others they've gone with Uddhav Thackeray. So the Sena is split badly. I wouldn't say it's split down the middle, but it is clearly deeply factionalized. And I don't think that these factions can be resolved only by an EC order. It's going to eventually be resolved by what happens in the election. Maharashtra over the next 18 months will have municipal elections across the state, by-elections that you spoke about, Lok Sabha elections
and multiple by-elections, which are pretty much like a mini state election.
That's right, but you see, even the municipal corporation elections in a very urbanized state, those elections also become like mini, a mini referendum. So I think you will settle this over the next 18 months. There will be turmoil. There will be people leaving the Uddhav Sena. There will be a few who might join it. The fact, what is the advantage that the Eknath Shinde camp has, Preeti? That मेरे पास क्या है? मेरे पास सरकार है, मेरे पास मशीन है, मेरे पास सरकार है, मेरे पास बीजेपी है, मेरे पास सेंटर है. Now Uddhav Thackeray क्या कहे? मेरे पास Balasaheb है. So he will rely on the emotional appeal of Balasaheb Thackeray of being his son, but he's going to also have to practice a very different kind of politics, be much more communicative out there, meeting the Sainik.
But do you see him doing it? Do you see him doing it? Because still it's Uddhav Thackeray speaking from his high tower and, you know, the ivory tower of sorts, which he was accused of doing so earlier as well.
Yes, you see, he's going to have to change the way he's done politics. To be fair to him, I recall, I think it was 2012 in the municipal corporation elections then, Balasaheb Thackeray was very ill and there was a, Uddhav Thackeray was in charge of the campaign and most people were writing off the Sena. The fact is the Sena did well. So I'm not going to write off anyone. I think it's wrong to write off any politician. But I get a sense that Uddhav Thackeray will have to have a complete change in the way his style of functioning, and so will Aditya Thackeray. As a younger member, he's going to have to go out there, constantly meet people, because morale is low.
True.
Morale is low, particularly after what's happened, and the advantage in that sense in the short term is with Eknath Shinde. But I'll tell you this, there is a sense also when Uddhav Thackeray speaks about betrayal, when Aditya Thackeray speaks about the cocaine or the money that was transferred allegedly to pull down his government, he does get a spontaneous reaction. So there will be those within the core Sena cadre who will believe that if they can just ride out the next 6 months leading into the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, they can possibly still stage a comeback. So I would not rule out a comeback by the Shiv Sena, and the BJP also knows that. Whatever China NC may say, the BJP is also conscious of the fact they cannot allow this Mahavikas Agadi, Shiv Sena, Congress, NCP to remain together leading up to the 2024 elections.